So, yesterday, of course, was January 6th, and I chose to spend my time humorously reposting how the legend Norm MacDonald kind of broke the narrative in real time, posting about the velvet ropes. Very funny stuff. Um, but today I want to be a little serious because, of course, the left was out in full force. You know, how can you people not see that how bad this was? Why do you still support Trump? How's he not in jail for this? He did a coup, blah 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 blah. So let's take this as it really is. I'm going to tell you why. That the MAGA base, conservatives, Republicans, and independents who had enough of what they saw under Biden and what they expected to see under Kamala voted for Trump and continue to support Trump. Because the truth is that you guys can't have an honest conversation about January 6th. I would put out there that you can't have an honest conversation about anything, but January 6th in particular, because yes, we've seen the videos that you share about the violence that occurred. Yes, we agree with you. The violence was bad. We don't agree with you why the violence happened because of what we now know. And that's what you guys refuse to address, is what we have learned since January 6th. We've learned about the agents in place. We've learned about the assets that the FBI had in place. People who were considered confidential informants who had no idea why the FBI wanted them there. We've seen the drama around Ray Epps. We've seen the videos of the guided tours. We found out what happened to QAnon Shaman and how he was unjustly imprisoned for far longer than anyone had a right to be for the actions he took in the Capitol, which were to pray for our representatives and pray for the Capitol Police and pray for everyone there, right? We have learned what actually happened to the police officers that you claim died on January 6th. None of them did on the 6th, and none of them died from injuries related to January 6th. These are things we have learned. We have seen the full video of Josh Hawley now, of the evacuation. We know that the January 6th committee put out a very small clip purposefully to smear Josh Hawley. And if you are serious about an insurrection and about what happened on the January 6th, and you want people to believe you, that is not an action you take. We now know that Josh Hawley was simply the last man out in the evacuation. And what the January 6th committee did in that instance was nefarious and purposeful and political, completely in nature. So, this is why. This is why you can't get people like me on your side to demand that Trump be pulled out of office over January 6th or he never be allowed to run again, because we now know how Nancy Pelosi and others in Washington, D.C. opposed Trump's efforts to bring in the National Guard because he knew it was a hot subject. He knew tensions were high, and Trump tried to bring in people to help keep the situation under control. And it was bad faith actors on the left who prevented that. And then when he posted for everyone to be calm, Twitter took his entire account down. We know these things now. It's all been brought back to the front by what the BBC tried to do in editing his speech out to make it sound like he encouraged an insurrection. And BBC were far from the only ones to do that. They're just the most recent. And in the wake of this anniversary of January 6th, it's fresh on people's minds what the BBC tried to do there. So no, until you are ready to have an honest conversation, those of us who disagree with you don't give a flying fuck about January 6th. Move on.